Hey everyone, we are starting and we are beginning in Animal Crossing New Horizons, a new island. So, I have played Animal Crossing before. I love Animal Crossing a lot, and I really just wanted to do something different, which was create a brand new island and then completely start over and specifically like hunt villagers. Hunting especially villagers that I really love. Ones that have either been on my island before, maybe ones that haven't, but I really like how they look. Basically, I don't really have a theme for my island right now. It's kind of a we'll see how it goes and what we end up doing. But I figured we could maybe hunt some villagers and see what happens, especially with it being brand new. The plan is for sure is to do a kind of a Animal Crossing idea where um, the characters that like we pick, I'm gonna allow myself to go backwards and forwards um, to like progress in Animal Crossing. Then if it comes to where we're doing like turnip sales, then that period of time we won't do any like traveling whatsoever. So this could be where I may play a little bit of it off stream and then come back and be like, okay, this is what happened. But this also could be just a thing that we just do on stream or make YouTube videos on. We'll see. Anyway, let's flip on over here. So right up front is a lovely picture of the Animal Crossing villagers we are hunting. And yes, there are some that you probably have seen on other people's list, and then some that are like, why in the world are you doing this? So, to explain some of them, Eric being number one. He is my favorite villager of all time. I love him. I think he's adorable. And I want him on my island. That's it. Same with Biscuit at the very end, the little doggy. Same thing. One of my favorite villagers. I want them on the island. In between, we have Scoot, Roscoe, and Raymond. All three of them, well, actually, Scoot and Raymond I had on a previous island. Both of them I enjoyed. I thought they were hilarious, and I thought they were so cool. And Roscoe, I've actually never had on my island before in previous like builds, and I just really like him. He looks really, really cool. Another one is Pashmina, down at the bottom below Eric. Pashmina is a favorite of mine because she was on my island prior. I thought she was a little sassy, a little cute. I really just enjoyed her being on the island. The rest of the girls I've actually never had on my island before. So Sky, Pinky, Sydney, and Peanut, I've never actually had them on my island before. But out of all of the villagers, these were the ones who caught my eyes immediately, and I liked how their homes looked. So I was like, you know what? These are going to be my select crew to hunt for. And maybe what I might do is if I get this copy that I have is a downloaded version. So maybe if I get like a physical copy, if it'll let me, then we may do a different theme where we actually do a like run through. I of course don't want this to take up the entire screen while we're playing, but and then as you can see, these are some other games that we will be bringing onto the I've got like a lot of different games to play. And so I'd really like to bring those onto the stream. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start with this. And one thing I'm going to do is let me do one thing. Let's see, how do I do this? I don't know if you guys will actually be hearing the output source because I just realized that I don't know if the audio is capturing directly for it. Okay, so we're gonna try this and see if the audio is being captured. This is brand new to me for being on the Switch. My previous computer did not like this as much, but with this being brand new, this is kind of a test. So we got Timmy being like, "Let us congratulate you on your first island. Welcome to the check-in counter for your deserted island giveaway package. Woohoo!" There's so much to look forward, but let's introduce ourselves. I'm Timmy with Nook Ink. And I'm Tommy. I love Timmy and Tommy. They're one of, like, I think they're adorable. They're adorable little, like, cutie pies. I think they're just, like, little, I just want to squish your cheeks. But we'll see if, one thing I'm curious is whether we'll get any of these starting out. Will any of them be a starting villager of mine? They may not. So we might have to kick some people out. But we'll just say, yes, it is my first time. Look up your application. So name and birthday. What we're going to do on here, I usually do Heather Sunflower or Sunflower on here because it's so little. You got little room. We'll just go by Heather on this. And then if we end up doing a different through, we'll just do a different account. But for you guys who don't know, my birthday is 3/19. It is March 19th. So, there we go. We have Heather. Heather, let's see. Oh yes, here you are. Our next step will be taking a picture of you. Heather? Oh, don't worry. Take as much time as you need to get yourself looking the way you want. We'll be ready when you are. So it's time to pick how my character's going to look. Now, I am a little tan, but of course our starting out villager does not have a lot of wiggle room to do. So we may be doing just this with black hair. Just because me with the black hair, this may be a good start. But we need to figure out what eyes we want. Because I usually go for, let me go to the very front, these. Those are my go-tos. But do I want something different? I'll always pick the green eyes. But like, do I want some cute, whoops, as I pick blue, but do I want some different color eye, like different shaped eyes? Be sleepy. I do like the little sleepy eyes. Got little side eyes, squares, the big eyes, the pretty eyes, the big eyes. I think those are so funny. Are these cute eyes? I'm between that set of eyes or the sleepy eyes or these. Just because they're all like a little bit something different, something fun. And not eye shapes that I usually pick. These one I would feel because like that's just me on a mood. It's just being like little sleepy eyes. But I also just love these cute. These are cute to me. These like big green, like sparkly eyes. Which I guess technically I could do. Was it those? I do have the sparkle in them. It's just slightly closed. I think I'll do these. These will be what I end up doing. I do want a square nose, a button nose, or a pointy nose. I think I'm gonna choose the button. Then we'll have this. I just like the little half smile. And blush. I do kind of want my little character to have a blush, so we'll do that. That is my character. Yes, that's me. So great, you're all ready. Woohoo! Clap, clap, clap. Just go ahead and add your picture to your records. Now let's start inviting you home. It's so exciting. You see, we're quite proud of the work we've done to help you feel comfortable with your new life. Oh yes, in fact, if you want, you can experience the seasons the same way you're used to. So, excuse me. we have islands in the northern hemisphere and the southern. Now, I live in the US, which is what it's going to be showing right now. Where you want to live. I'm in North America. This is where I'll be picking. So naturally, we recommend you relocate to an island in the northern hemisphere. That's great. I don't really have a pick to each one. This is fine. So now we get to pick the island, which is the hard part for me. Because I'm picking such a big island, which I'm actually going to run over. You're going to may see something. Oh, I don't think you do. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this down on my end so I don't feel like I'm yelling over this. So you're going to see me reach over just a second. There we go. But so we have the showing some maps now. And here we go. So we have the port where and then we have where the plaza is going to be. Now, I have enjoyed having the plaza be kind of center-ish, but I think I want to do something a little bit different. So maybe this one or that one will be something I want to do. Or like over here. But I'm almost thinking in here would be kind of fun to do because then like the area off to the left, we can try to turn into like a village where all the villagers are. And maybe have them like 5 or so over here and 5 or so over by the plaza, and then you kind of get both and it looks very even. So we may do something like that is what I'm thinking. This one is the one that I'm pointing on right now is something that I would normally pick. I would normally pick this one or that one, but I don't really know if I like those layouts. And then this is another one I'm thinking of just because I feel like having the different villagers being like in almost like a village would be cool here. So, which one do I want to do? That one or that one? I think I'm going to pick this one. It's a little bit different than I usually would pick. As I said, I usually pick ones where it's like you're almost in the center, but this one is pretty fun. So if I could pick one thing for a deserted island, what would I pick? A sleeping bag, a lamp, food, something to kill time. I will usually pick a sleeping bag. So how interesting. Oh, that's just a hypothetical question. What I like when I first played this, I thought like this type of question, they give you whatever the item was, like a sleeping bag, or you'd get like a piece of food or whatever. I thought that was fun. Now, I know some people have used cheats to get like more money, more of different items to do villager hunts. For me, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that as often. I may use that for getting all the different fruits on the island and maybe the different crops. As for like making it just making me have like a ton of money up front, I'm not going to do that. I may do like a small selection of the Nook Mile tickets, so then it's not something we have to continuously run over and buy over and over again. So those are probably the only two things that I'll end up really using it for, and then the rest of it I probably won't. I probably completely do by myself, which is pretty cool if you think like we can make the island however we want to. And if we're looking for something specific over time, then that might be where it comes in. But like I said, I don't want it to be like entirely cheat based, like entirely putting cheats in. It's just a little bit to give a little wiggle room, but not necessarily a bunch. Hey, look, there's one of our villagers. So it's showing our little, like, here's the beginning of the island, how it can look so different. So we'll see. It's our little woohoo! Congrats! But sure, but this is kind of the something I want to, the fish, the fossils, the bugs, I want to completely do without any sort of cheats. I just want to try and catch whatever I can on stream or off stream, build the museum as is. The only thing is I like making an orchard, so that's the reason why I would probably cheat in the rest of the fruits, because usually I have like a separate one that I play on that I can send myself those fruits, but I no longer have it. I just have what I'm working on right now, so I don't necessarily have someone that I can trade with. So it looks like we got pears up front. Not my favorite fruit, but I can't be too upset. But it's not my favorite one of the bunch. I would typically pick probably cherries. Cherries is usually the ones I really like going for. Ah, damn, I don't like... I'm fine with one of them, but literally, I almost want to start over and to try a different, like, starting villagers, but we're gonna start brand new. Like I said, him I'm not too worried about. Her, Sylvia here, this girl right here, I'm pushing her. She would not get off my other island. She just stayed put. And I was like, oh my god, girl, get off my island. I tried, like, just not talking to her for, like, weeks. And still, she just literally, like, just stayed there. She just sat there and just waited. So, we'll see. Hopefully she won't be as stubborn this time. I know I'm gonna have to be, like, nice to her up front to, like, make all the, like, oh, here are all the relationships and stuff, but I will hopefully these two will move out and we can move in the rest of our villagers. Hello. Hello. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I swear, I get used to hitting one button on one controller and then I'm on a different one and I'm like, eh. Yep, there's Sylvia. I got Louis. I've never had Louis on my island, so that's gonna be different. I almost also wanted to do like a complete blind villager hunt where it was like not a villager hunt, but like completely like, okay, these are the two we start out with, and then have everything fill on its own and just see who we end up getting, and have them all just kind of like free flowing. They move whenever they want to. We just see what happens. But I really want to try hunting for specific villagers to move onto the island. I've never tried it before, so that's why I have my little list off to the corner to hopefully push myself to do that. So you have Tom Nook here. So woohoo, we're here. So, excuse me. Of course, up front, we don't have our villagers we want. We have none of them. So that's going to be fun. But now we get to place all the villager huts. And this is where, like, I need to make sure that they're placed where I want them to be, because I really don't want to have to spend money trying to move them again when I can just do these for free. So, now we have a map of the island. So, we're here! Woohoo! It's me! So, I think okay, so the villager list is in front of the map. Whoop! We're going for a ride a little bit, but there we go. So I'm going to move this over here so you guys can see the map and see where my little character goes. But I'm thinking somewhere over here. Let's see, where's the water? There's the water here. I like having my house be near water. That's one of my favorite things to do. So maybe we'll do right along in here. And maybe I'm gonna move my house like right in this area. So it can be by the water, and I can now make my little dream hut. So here, that's a little too close. I'm gonna scoot over just ever so slightly. Build. I think I went too far over. Gosh dang it. There. There we go. I want to have like at least like over to the left side, at least like a square path that I can kind of like walk through. So let me imagine my spot. Imagine. So this is what it would look like with the tent and not my house. But I want my house to like have enough room if I want to put some backyard decorations on it. So my little tent is going here. Woo! What's funny is I did have this split thought. I was like, okay, I'm going to start my brand new island and like stream it because I think it'd be super fun to stream and try to do a villager hunt. And then literally I was like, watch my character end up getting Sylvia when she wouldn't move across my island the last time. So we've got Louis here. And I'm actually going to move him. I'll find him an awesome spot. But to be honest, like, even though Louis looks weird, he also, to me, looks cute. So that's kind of funny. But we have him going, my tent is in your hands, hoo hoo ha. If you need me, I'll be over here in the plaza visualizing how awesome the island life's going to be. Well, I'm going to move you over here with me. But I don't want you to be super close to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shake this tree, make sure that nothing's in it. Because what I want to do is how my hut is here, I want to make sure I'm just slightly in view. So each one gets their own like area. But what I want to make it look like is look very much like it's like a village of like where they need to be. So I think this will be a good spot for Louis. He can move right here. This, of course, will be for whoever else we find when he moves out. And then we gotta go find Sylvia because she's off on her own adventure too. There you are. Because I may turn this side. And we got Sylvia. I decided this whole entire thing. Boing. I will say, like, I think the reason why I got so, like, tired of her being on the island was because I was trying to move someone in, and all the other ones were fine. I just needed her to go, because that's how I wanted it to be. She's not necessarily a bad villager. But not my favorite, and also not on my list, so we'll tell her we'll find you a spot. Now, one thing for sure, when I do any time traveling, what I think I'm gonna do is we'll move, I'll switch over to like my chatting screen, and then I'll do the moving in between the days, and then we'll move forward. Because right now, the time is totally not up to speed. Which is fine, but once it does, we do need to do a little bit of time traveling. So we got him there with a little space. Now I want to make sure she is also has a little bit of space. I'm also going to make sure. Well, I can't pick anything up right now, but maybe here? I need to like scoot a little bit forward because I don't think that's in line. Okay, that is in line, but that's not it's not as close as I want it to be. Perfect. That's the spot. Bam. Looks like everyone has a spot picked out. I need to get back to the plaza. And so I think I can get like maybe one more on that side, and then we'll do another row of 4 or 5, and then another row. But I think this looks really cool. We're at island warming party. Woohoo! We need a few supplies. So we're going to see how this ends up looking. Of course, they're going to help set things up in the plaza, but me and Tom Nook are going to go find all the supplies. Because let's be honest, I'm the only one finding the supplies. Tom Nook's just going to tell me what to do, and then the rest of everybody's just going to sit here and clean. So we gotta get some tree branches. And we're gotta look for the pear-like items. Which is funny to me. That he's gotta figure out if these are pears or not. But, got two. Got you. Let's just shake some trees. Or there's already one here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's 10 right behind me. Boom. So, woohoo, we got our tree branches. So we're gonna give him those. And then now I think we'll get the pears, which is probably like, I can't remember if it's 6 or 9. I was evaluating the fruit that seems to be abundant here. They look like pears, they smell like pears, they even taste like pears. I think it's so funny that they have to figure out if the fruit that you get on your island is actually the fruit or not. I'm like, you're like, really? You gotta make sure that the pears are pears. Or the cherries are cherries or whatever. It's so funny to me. So we're gonna shake. Pick up a pear, picked up a pear. And what I'm thinking, if we look at the map, probably maybe over on this side. I'm gonna totally detour off course for a second. But over here. I'm thinking over on this side is where we'll end up putting the orchard. But that's the one thing I know I want on my island. I really don't know if I'm going to pick anything else for sure on my island, but I think I want to do like almost like a farming area over there. Hi, Tommy. I didn't mean to click on you. I just meant to click on Tom. So, we handed him over the pears for our little island. And now we can do a little extravaganza. You know, woohoo! Now we're all here. Now I think this would probably be a good time to do our, like, island that is named after the channel. We just gotta see. I forgot how many letters I can pick for this. There's so many adventures and endeavors. So now we gotta see what we end up doing. Now that we have originally the numbers I've originally envisioned, that just means we have to rise to the challenge. I have no doubt, with hard work and perseverance will shape into... So now we actually get to figure out what we should call it. And in the spirit of democracy, you should put it to a vote. Majority rules. Take time to think and present your ideas. Now, I forgot how many. 2, 3. Oh, it's a very long what we can do. So, if we call this sunflower, maybe call this sunflower witches. Oh, that's as far as we go. Sunflower. We may have to not do sunflower. Maybe we call this... Whoops, that's not how you spell sun. Sun. We call it the Sun Witches. So it's kind of a play on both sunflower and witch. So the Sunflower Witches. Let's do that. That, I think, feels pretty good. Ready, go! Awesome Beach, Sun Witches, Buffberg, Timtown, Rockland. Yes, yes, each one has potential, Jim. Time for voting. Seems to have enthusiasm and naming sensibilities. Which I think is so funny because, like, the two on the right side were like, Tim Island. And then it was like, Buff Island. So it's like two that he probably heard that he was like, really? It's like, wow, that's overwhelming. Everyone clapped. And from now on, the island will be known as Sun Witches. Heather, you've proven yourself by naming the island. So now we're going to be named as the island representative, or the resident representative. There we go. Please say a word. I'll just say howdy. So we've settled on a name for the island. We've selected our representative. It's a big day, so let's have a toast. Our pear juice. Which I've never had pear juice. I've ate a pear, but pear juice. It's an interesting one. So we have the Sun Witches. Cheers! I feel like since also we have a very eclectic group of villagers that I'm hunting for, this is going to be a very interesting one. But now we've got little Louie over here just dancing. He's like over here, boom, boom. You call me bro. He's got the booms. Boom. A boom. He's got it going. Sylvia's over here drinking her juice. Which I love that. Can I... Let's see, I have Timmy over here that looks like he's dancing. I think that's Timmy. He's just over here like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Having such a wonderful idea to the group. He's got a little jam going for him. And then Tom, who's just like, you're having a good time, so if you feel like taking a nap, by all means, go ahead. I'm just gonna say I'm not tired yet. Because I do want to talk to Tommy here. Yeah, this is our island. We have everybody over here. In pretty big space between, like, here's the beach, so the edge of the island's here. If I go straight back, it's a pretty good area in between, and then going straight up here. So from what I can tell, we've got some pretty flowers up there. I also do want to try breeding flowers. I've never actually done that when I was played my game. I usually just planted flowers wherever I wanted to and called it a day. And then somehow ended up getting black flowers completely randomly. So we have a camping cot. Woohoo! A few packages waiting in the tent as well. Just a few items that'd be useful. So now we're going to crawl into bed. This is also where everything will start to come back. We are like reaching midnight, so I can't remember. I think the new day starts at 6 a.m. and not midnight. So we'll be able to fast forward to the next day pretty easily if we finish everything we need to. But here we go. Here is, see what we got in here. I think it's the light and the radio. Yeah. I'm going to move the radio over here. There we go. And it's not facing the right way. There we go. There we go. There. Replace item. Oh. Crawl right in bed. There we go. I'm getting sleepy. I'm also got a little snack. Today I got some cosmic brownies. They're one of my favorite little treats. I got this today as my little snack. There's my favorite KK Slider. I really like KK Slider. He was one of my favorites even in the other Animal Crossing games. Like, besides Rover, which I miss so much. I miss Rover. But I do love KK Slider. But I think he is adorable. And I think he should be all in here. He's just adorable. And I love trying to see what music I can get whenever I go to his stuff. It's pretty key. You'll dig the new island life you share with more friends. Which our best pals are going to be our little list we have right over here. Here we go. Starting our island, getting all set up. Heather, are you in there? I hope I haven't woken up. Do wish to discuss something with you. So here's me. I'm like, what's going on? Which, let's be honest, I probably only slept for like a few hours. If it's already midnight, you know? It's like, hello. Oh, there you are. Hope you had a pleasant nap. Well, I suppose it was a bit more of a nap. It's a brand new day. I slept that long? So speaking of which, I have a few more things that you might find useful to adjust to our lives. So here's our little phone to get us started. Which of course, the first round will be all the Nook miles we get to pay off. Which I'll be excited to do that just because I want to have my house to be able to store things and do things. And I do want to make sure I get I think they're called gyroids. I do love those, and I really want to get. I own a collection of them. In one of the times I've started over, I literally had the gyroids in the basement and just had a whole wall of them. I just like made my collection. So I simply removed most features from the Nook phone. Not be free, but since you're getting started, extra bonus. Which I'm just gonna say I don't really need it because this is like my third island. Pretty sure I know what I'm doing. But we of course now have the deed that says you have to you need to spend this much money in your phone. Like $50,000. I'm gonna be like, what are bells? Good one, Heather. Wait, you're being serious. Of course, I can't believe I didn't think of this. Bells are the currency. The still problem is you don't actually have any. course. Was prepared for this type of tricky situation. So now we get to pay with miles for at least this first part. Of course, the rest of it we'll have to pay off over time. But it's fine. We can... This will probably be the easiest one we'll do, and then the rest of it we'll have to, like, save up. Which is going to be the hard part for me, because I do like to keep everything, but I also need to make sure I'm keeping what I want my house to look like and what I want the island to look like. Comes to 5,000 miles. There are more details available in your Nook phone. Just open up the Nook Miles app. You'll see you've earned some miles just from traveling on the island and joining the program. So woohoo, we've won! So, dun 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 dun. I can do whatever I want. Woohoo! You still owe stuff, but you can definitely, like, do whatever you want. So, we're here! So if we go here, we go to our Nook Miles. We can now see that we've earned some for the island. Woohoo! We've earned 500 for that. Some island togetherness, some hoard rewards, edit credit, exterior decorator, first custom design, and a few different things we can do. We got our camera. So we can be like, our first island, look at us. Actually, whoops. Because I'm betting this will be something, but this would be like really cute. So, let's take a photo. Our first island, woohoo! First island on stream, and we get points, so we're doing that. Island Shutterbug. So then we get our little custom designs on here. Yes, I know. So let's check our mailbox. Then we also have the Paradise Planning, because we do have that part of the game we have. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I don't actually know how to do that. But we have the Paradise Planning photo. So, there is Tommy, I believe. Yep, it's great to see you. Campfire was a lot of fun. Ever unsure, don't hesitate, stop by me for a chat. So, we've got a few things going on. We'll see if anybody else is out and about. We also will need to go in there to get started on what items we can do. So we have our bulletin board, which we can also create our first one. We're just going to say, welcome to the island. Welcome to Sandwiches, because we'll get some bonus points for this. Not bonus points. What is it? Trying to type and talk at the same time is definitely not working. But what we need is we can get some Nook Mile points for this. There we go. Then we can space and put island on. Edit it. Go over the L, go back over, and then there. And I'm just gonna do boop, boop, boop. And we're done. Our first post. That we get points for too. Woohoo! Let's find it. There it is. We'll turn. So far we already have 1,100. just for doing that. So very easy points. But now we gotta actually like make items to get things and all that fun stuff. So hello. Ah, Heather, welcome. As you can see, it's quite cozy here. It's funny how cozy doesn't always mean comfortable. Need some advice on basic island materials? You should go talk to Timmy. He can help you procure some island essentials for thriving in paradise. This franchise, I love he's like not strictly from a business perspective. So that's what we're here for, is for the DIY workshop. About that workshop. Try to see. I'd love to. That's the spirit. Having to be free right at the moment. Let's get started. So, welcome to my DIY workshop. So, we'll get to finally make our first item. Constructing a fishing rod. This will be fun to do. 5 tree branches. It's a little flimsy. So I think I've already gotten the one. Now we just need to find the others. Find the other tree branches. Oh, I already got 100 coin for that. Oh, another coin. I mean, I'm here for tree branches. I'm not really here for anything else. There we go. 3. Oh, another coin. We're just finding all the coins at this point. Ah! Run! Run like the wind, bullseye! You're gonna run back in here. We do not have enough of a... just like, they're like, hi! I like the whole reason I ran away was because I was terrified of getting zapped by those wasps. I don't have a net yet, so I can't really do anything. But I will pick that up. Oh, an acorn. Well, not a tree branch. You can see that's probably the reason why I'm staying so close to the booth, is just because in case something like that happens, I have a quick getaway. There's one. How many do I have? 4. Oh. There's 5. So we're going to come over here and we're going to build ourselves a fishing rod. That's what we need anyway. Hey, Nook. Hey, Tom. Can you help me with the materials? Thanks. It's funny, it's the same sort of heartbeat that I got for trying to run away from the monkeys in Dark Deception, or playing Pumpkin Panic is the same thing I got from getting the wasp. I'm like, oh, no, go away, run away. That was perfect. As you can see, crafting is quite simple, provided you have the recipes. There's just one last thing. I have a few common DIYs for you, free of charge. I'll just need to send them to your phone. Would you mind opening it up? This is where we actually get more materials, or more recipes to do. Which actually, since we do have the workbench that Nintendo gave us, we don't actually have to use this thing all the time. But speaking of fishing, I'm no angler, but perhaps I can give you a few tips. I'd love to see anything you manage to catch. I'm quite curious about the local fauna. So, what I'm going to do is... Oops, right here. First, we got our... These have now opened up. I don't think there's anything else. No. Oops, wrong thing. That one. DIY recipes. Now we've got this, we have the net, and we have a campfire. which with like how the moth is here, and then there's others. Basically, I do want to try and see what I can find. See if I can get any more tree branches. Because I'd like to get a net to start getting bugs and bugs and fish. So, yay! Bye, Timmy. Bye, Timmy. I'm gonna actually come in here and start making, and I'll make the net while we're in the area. And so then we can, yes, you'll use it to use his workbench. You're gonna make a net while you're at it. Because the quicker we can do this, the quicker we can, whoops, I hit the wrong button. The quicker we can get blathers on the island and start donating even more stuff. Because I like the museum, I think it's fun. I have never actually completed it, and that's kind of a goal I really want to do. Hold. Oop, wrong thing. Which one? Dun dun! Yes, I caught a moth. I had a ball doing it. So, oops. Yeah, I can't cycle through them yet. That's gonna be, I'm gonna be so used to doing that, trying to cycle. There's a bug. I need to catch the bug. Which one? I caught a bug. Caught a bell cricket. Cool. Pick up a clamshell. Or the little shell on the beach. Because it would be nice to make some money, which we'll need to do. Ooh, there's a fish. A fish. Ooh. Get this fish. Ooh, that one looks cool. Ribbon eel. Woohoo! There's Sylvia. See what she's up to. I always like they were like they say her name and mine's Heather. It just Heather. So it's so funny when I hear about it. Because that's the one thing I do know is they do like when you talk to them first, they can give you things. I don't want to say no to presents. I mean, come on. They may not be the villagers I want on the island, but I'm not going to say no to a free present. There's another fish. Try to catch this one. Ah, dang it. I knew it right when I hit it. I should not have hit it that quickly. Oops. Oh my gosh. Man. Get your freaking... Ah, he already ran away. Dang it. Guess I should be doing like that, but... Get you. Blink. Oh no! Eat the fish. Says sea bass. I knew it. Yep, I just picked up a weed. Blink. That one just automatically grabbed it. Where are you? Are you a horse mackerel? Of course, mackerel. So what I'm going to do is... Whoop. Alright. It's that. Whoops. Yeah. Trying to get used back to holding just the controllers like this. Ah. Looks like Louie is trying to catch something. Well, I don't think you're around anything, actually. Yeah, you're not around anything. I don't think that might be the reason. So now we've got some points for talking to people, which is good. I know there's like big points you can get. I know one is like updating the passport photo. Or updating all of the passport stuff. So, passport photo. Oops, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna do like this sort of stuff. Just to like update and get some points. Keep getting where the tree is. I don't need to be near a tree. I need to be where there aren't trees. Let's try like here. Passport. There we go. Passport photo. Take a photo. Of course, I do that and then I'm like, I want like a straight on photo and then I get hit by a tree. I just need to go somewhere where it's completely clear. And I don't want it, I want it to actually look like I'm in nature. There we go. I want it to like look like I'm in the plaza. There we go. That's cute. Alright. Now I gotta see if we want like any sort of fun, oops. Do you want that sort of stuff? Make it look like I'm like kind of close to the camera. Antique. I think we're gonna do the soft, is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Soft. I just like that. Take a photo. There we go. Now I look cute. My comment. I wonder if I can actually do my full Twitch on here. Heather. Probably not. But we're gonna try. We'll just do that, because it'll be... I don't know if I can do... If I did... It would be like Twitch or YouTube. So, since we're doing both, I'm just going to do it like that. My title, though. I should be... I think we should do photogenic, island resident, island dweller, older sister, pet, relocator, wallflower, daughter, animal, keeper. I'm going to do a photogenic wallflower. That would be my name. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time. And then now, let's... There we go. Get some points for that. And using the Nook phone a lot more will also be what we need to do. Shake, 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 senora. Shake your body then. Work, 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 senora. Work it all the time. Shake, 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 senora. Ooh. It's a cricket I don't have. Excuse me, Tommy. He's gonna stare at me while I do this. Boom. Huh. Got him. There we go. Now I get to go to Tom and be like, hey, I got all these like, different bugs for you. You need like 5 of them? Here you go. I got like a bunch. Hello. Hi, Tom. Hello, hello. I found a creature. Let's give you a cricket. Here's a cricket. Oh, what a catch. I do believe that's a cricket. Alan can sport a cricket. Who knows what other fantastical creatures? I have an idea. Would you be okay with that? Sure. Why not? I promise that I take extra good of your cooking. That reminds me. This is no way tied to your generous donation, but I found a useful app for you. Which I think is gonna be like for creatures. Yeah. Creatures and critters. Critterpedia. So I can't remember if I can just be like, I found another creature. Here's a fish. Go ahead. I have, because I built both these items. I love it's like, I think I've seen you tinkering around over there. But now we get more recipes, which we love. We can do this, because most of the whole reason I'm doing this is because I want bladders. That's really the whole reason. But now we get to learn how to make an axe, which will actually be really useful. An axe and the shovel will be probably the biggest ones. I'm also going to go ahead while I'm here is talking to Timmy. You don't waste time. We're still setting up, but for starters, small selection of goods. I'm sure you're busy, but feel free to look around for some items you're selling. Let's see what we got. We got camp cookware in a tin bucket. And then we've got a few items, medicine, flowers. So roses, windflowers, and cosmos. And then we have some of these. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the slingshot recipe. Oop, I forgot about that. Alright, just sellers, but we buy things from you. Return for any wheats or trash you bring in. I would like to sell. I'm going to go ahead and sell a little bit. We'll sell the wasp nest and this weed and the sea snail and the cowrie. Because this should give us a little bit of change. Maybe like 800, 730. It'll work. That gives us some extra change. And then while I'm here, I do want to... Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I need to buy something. Because I want to make sure I get the slingshot recipe for balloons that can buy. Okay, the slingshot. Let's see. That's 300 bells. What do you think? I'll buy it. Excellent purchase. Thank you for the bells. That's it. Because now we can learn all of these. I know how to make a leaf umbrella. Woohoo! I know how to make a workbench. And then I know how to make a slingshot. We're just gonna do all of them. Just put them all in there. Now Nook Miles will actually give us some points for that. Should be great. Woo! I think because I also just... Yeah, I just bought and sold stuff to Timmy. So we'll get points as well for that. Bell ringer, of course we have to get like 5,000 for that, but my DIY recipes, now we got a leaf umbrella, birdhouse, stakes, this bench, this tiki torch, this axe, and slingshot. Which will still, looks like by the looks of it, we'll still have to use Tom's bench for that sort of stuff, but we do need to actually pick up some items. We actually want to build the axe. That is an acorn. That is not a branch. Another branch. Excuse me, Tommy. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's what I get. Run, 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 run. Go, go, go. And then they're like, hi. I'm like, great. Nice to see you too. Not like I was just chased by a wasp. It's fine. But I can come over here and take that. And I can get a stick while I'm here. I can't remember. Is it 5 for the axe as well? 5 and a stone. Which that's pretty easy to find. Because I literally just ran into one up top. Actually, go ahead and grab it while I'm thinking about it. But it was like up here, I believe. Yeah, right there. Boom. Give me your limb. Thank you. And then now we can just... Might as well go ahead and give Tom some other critters while we're here. And then... Hi, Tom. Hello, hello. It's funny to me, like, how that if you listen to it carefully, you can tell what it's trying to say, like, hello, hello. Put a catch. It's funny to me that, like, that's what it is, because, like, Sims, if you compare, like, Animal Crossing language to Sims, at least Animal Crossing you kind of make at least a noise out of. But some of them you really cannot for, excuse me. Well, while I'm here, I think there's like, you have to do up to 5, I believe. I believe it's 5. I'll give you my eel. It's literally like Blather. It's just like sitting at home. He's like, I'm reading my book. You know, he's sitting at home, and then all of a sudden it's like, here's an item, here's an item, here's an item, here's an item. A spring hook, even if you plant and forget them, but you need to water them. That's where the magic happens. So the crossbreeding is what I was talking about earlier that I want to at least try to do. Because I've never actually tried to do that kind of crossbreeding. It's like, so you just collected creatures for me, I don't have to charge you for it. Well, I do have another discovery. I got a bug. I got another bug. Here is a bell cricket. Which I'm sure Blathers is so thrilled about having some bugs. I mean, I'm sure he's just screaming with excitement. Those who know that that is not the case. But I'm sure he's screaming just with all the excitement. Hold the phone, someone's calling. Blathers, is that you? Oh, what's splendid timing. Yes. Do you remember the venture we discussed? Well, it's come to fruition. Currently stationed on it, we decided to name it Sunriches. Just as I told you. How many precisely? There's no way of knowing just yet, but I've received, well, let's see, 5 outstanding specimens. What? Seriously? I just love he's so what? I'm with a customer right now. But now it's time for us to make our museum. The best part. I will gladly go place the museum down. I'll also start hiding all of my creatures over by the museum. Yes. So, Actually, while we're here, I need to see Timmy here. Hi, Timmy. I need to sell, please. Let's see, what do I got? I need to sell the pears, the wasp nest. I'm like, do I want to sell the acorns yet? I kind of want to save those in case I get new recipes. But I feel like this can make us some money. 900 bells. Yep. Thanks, please come again. But before I forget, I want to tell you about the fruit you just sold me. When you eat fruit like that, you'll find energized with more power. The mean is you can break open rocks or maybe even take up a whole tree. Which I've used that a lot. I've used that to make a whole freaking orchard. Oh, silly of me. I forgot to brief introduction to the box over there. It's a recycle box. I do like looking for a recycle box because I'm like, are there any items in there that I need? So, usually it's a cardboard box, but there was one time I did that and there was like just a stack of flowers in there. I was like, come on, I'm gonna take these. I think there was also like a pair of jeans in there one time. I was just like, what the heck? So I'm gonna come over this way so I can kind of see the map. Okay, so I've got, like, as you can see over to the left, we have our little campsite. The museum, I almost want to put by the lake up here. I think it'd be kind of cool to have the museum, like, up in this area. Maybe, not there. Do I want to be over here near the beach? I'm thinking that, or I'm thinking I'm running to do this right down here where Sylvia is. But making like almost like a beachside museum. That would be kind of cool. I've usually put it either by the river or by the beach. Oh, hello. Hold. Shake the tree again. Of course, I get a little clap. Hey, you did it. I got a spider. I want to do this because I actually will... Yeah, I've got the stuff to make an axe. I'm going to chop this tree a little bit so I can get the stuff from it. Because I know once I put the museum down, it's going to completely get rid of that tree. So, I want to get the items I can from it before I actually place the museum down. Let's see. I'd like an axe, please. I cannot also wait to get myself some more clothing. But the one thing you'll find about that I really like is getting clothing. I think it's so fun to make my character look completely different. Like one day she's like wearing a dress, she looks all pretty. The next day she's like wearing like steampunk glasses and then like some random like goggles or something. I just love having fun with that. So you'll probably see that a lot when we're playing. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And a bonk, a bonk, a bonk. I think that should be, this area is probably where it's going to be in. I'm going to go ahead and grab the weeds because what I don't use to craft, I can sell them, and I don't really want them to just, like, disappear. Just do that. Let's see, I'm thinking, like, right in here. Build. I can really just put it, like, right by the sea. Let's see, what would that look like if I do it like that? Because it'd be like a whole, it's gonna be like a whole museum. I almost want to scoot it over and maybe do it like this area. This might be too far over. Yep, that's too far over. Like here. Let's see. I'm too close to the ledge. Well, I'm gonna scoot a little far forward. This is where it's probably gonna hit the tree. But I kind of want to have like the museum almost be by the beach side. Let's do it. Now Blathers will be right here, right by the sea. Because then I'm thinking, if I do this, then I may put Nook's Cranny up in this area. Maybe over here, just like right by the plaza. And then maybe right beside it over in this area, I'll do the clothing. Because I kind of want the museum to be like in its own little like area. I think it'd be really cool. And typically I do it by the water, but you know, having a beachside museum would be pretty cool too. I take it you found a suitable spot for Blathers. I did. I knew I could count on you. I let Blathers know he can move in whenever he wants to. There's no fur off my nose. You want to rack up those Nook miles. So I think if there's one thing you can do, like, if I do like the what should I do? It might actually give me some other stuff. Yes, you, but there's a small amount of your movement fees. Putting in some work to chip away at those would be well spent. So the weeding is probably what I need to focus on. But I also want to check this thing, because it's going to be like, how did I forget? Should I give you a brief explanation about the terminal? First is Nook Shopping, the catalog of everything. This automatic, or the ABD. So, welcome to the Nook Stop. Which then we get some daily miles while we're here. The ABD. Woohoo. Meant to go to the Nook Shopping, because I like to look at the Nook Shopping just to see. Bioplanter, outdoor hat, Konnichiwa tea. There's KK Island. Of course, this sort of stuff, which I know it's something they left. Like, they haven't even updated it, but I think it would be kind of cool to have a section for Mario. And then the marigold decorations for Day of the Dead. Which I think I'm actually going to place an order for that just to have in my own house. Just to honor the ancestors that I do have that would celebrate Day of the Dead. Which I think I also just got points for that too. So. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come over here to Blather's little area. And it's time to start place item. I show off my spider. Ba-ba! Place item. There we go. Sheesh. There we go. I'd like something like that. So we're going to weed some of the island a little bit. I do want to get this little area over here kind of cleared up. Because what I'm thinking, if I do what I'm wanting to do, then I'll probably have like a road here that'll lead up to the museum in this area. And then maybe like right in here would be like a good place for like some flowers. So one thing I've not really done, this is why my island never got to like a 5-star rating, was I never actually went through and decorated it to make it look like just an island of different things. I love the islands that either have like a simple aesthetic going on, or perhaps they look like, what do they look like? What am I trying to think of? Oh, they have like little units where everything's at. I think it'd be fun to do something like that, and that's something I kind of want to do for this build, is actually go through and make little islands, little areas that would be kind of cool. kind of the idea is, I mean, if we turn this area to the village on the left, and then like the shopping on the right, then we have the whole rest of the island, which you can see now, to decorate however we want. And almost create it like, we can make it like a tourist destination where it's like, oh, you come to a town and you see all the locals, and then you can shop at the little places, and then there's like, just outside the town, there's little tourist destinations. Let's see. I almost want to just catch this. Don't place it. Don't do that. I just want to catch this cricket. I'm gonna do it. Wait. Now, the one thing, I don't know if, so I have a watering can now. I need to get some softwood for that. But I did get some points. Where did I get points? Oh, the shop to it points. Woohoo! What is it? The custom designs. I don't know. Let's try doing something like this. But what I'm thinking is something like that, where it looks like it's kind of stubbly. But what I need is a fill tool. I need to figure out if I want like if I would do the cobble. Do I want something like this where it looks like it's cobble? Because if I do the gray is going to be the... Because what I'd like is like a cobble path to be where like it directs to everything. I'm gonna actually grab my phone here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this into, I'm gonna get on Pinterest right quick and just kind of look at some cobblestone patterns of like cobblestone path patterns on it, just to kind of get some ideas and see if there's something that I could do that would be really, really cool to do. So let's see. Cobblestone path, AC and H. There we go. So there are some like really kind of cute path paving, I should say. Okay, so I'd like something very similar to what I'm looking at right now. I might be able to do something similar, so let's try it. I'm gonna do the brown for a sec. And then tool, this. Oops, there we go. Oops, I don't need to do that. Keep hitting the wrong button. Let's try. I don't really. I may just wait till I get like unlock the thing where I can do the buttons. But there is like a thing of like, oh, try to find your own thing, or try to create your own version. What I will do is, let's see, we do something like this. We want to do like maybe a dark green. Of course, I gotta go through it and. So my thought is, while we're in this area and we're making it, we might as well make something that for now we can wear, but when we get like the flag design, we can use it. My thought is tool. Boom. This. All swap preview. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it look like a sun with the same kind of pixely we can do. May not be able to do it as well as I want to, but luckily we can just kind of fill it in like that. I also spent today, so fun fact, I spent today building my Halloween costume. I've been spending most of the weekend making the Halloween costume. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. We are also doing a competition at work. So I'm like, yeah, I mostly did this because it's an idea I had, and then I was like, I can use it for TikTok for like cosplay content, but then work was like, we're gonna do a what is it, we'll do a contest, and you'll be named like the king or queen of the agency type stuff. Now I'm like, sure, I'll enter. I'll put my costume up. I don't really have like I don't mind if I don't win or not, but part of me is like, yeah, I kind of want to win though. Or I'm gonna be honest, I mean, kind of want to win. So now what I'm gonna do, maybe like here. That's not working. I'm gonna undo. Of course, I can't undo more stuff. I'll just come across. We'll fix it. What I want to do is it's just not low enough for me to do what I want to do. Some of you may have the idea already of what I'm doing, but there we go. I need the fill button. Oop. There we go. And then I'll come back over to the tool. We'll get a pin going. Like that. Like that. And now, since we have everything where we want it, I will do it like this so it doesn't look very odd. There we go. I think that will work. And then I want to do like, maybe I'll do like a here. A silver bracelet or belt buckle thing. And what I want to do is to create almost like a oop, I did not mean to do that. Yep. Still not what I meant to do. Oop, oop. Because what I want to do is to create almost like a oop. Like a little witch's hat on top of the sun. And I could definitely have done like a sunflower, but I think a sun with a witch's hat would be kind of cool. We're just gonna hit done. Especially because this island is called the Sun Witches. We did not get to do the sunflowers, but the Sun Witches works. So we'll just name it after the island. We'll get some Nook Miles points, and there we go. There's our Nook Mile points. I think it's down here. Fresh custom design. Woohoo! 500 points. There's our everybody. Everything's waiting over there. There we go. Hit the tree. Hit the tree. Hit the tree. I may just end up needing to... What I may end up having to do is just making an area. Because right now I want to get the wood to make a watering can. So I'm finding everything that I don't need. Well, usually I'm worried about wood, but now I'm getting all the wood right now. Not softwood. Here's softwood. How many do I have? I have 5. Yay! So I think he gave me, was it red cosmos? Yeah, red cosmos. I believe Timmy has yellow cosmos. And what I'm thinking of doing is making, like when I was talking about making a path that goes to the museum, what I may end up doing is go ahead and start lining the area with the flowers. Let's see, what can I sell? Because I definitely don't have enough money for what I need. Clumps of weed. I guess the bell cricket. Here's... Might as well sell the acorns. Look all the fine things you brought in. Allow me to run the numbers. And done. I can buy these for a total of about 1,800 bells. Sold. And I also need to talk to you. What's for sale? Gonna hit this button. I think he has, yes, yellow cosmos. That's what I want. 5, please. That's it. Because, yeah, 10, that'd be a good area to do that. I know I'm developing the island. That's what I'm trying to do. Now I've gotten greedy weird. I think that's it. Yeah. Cool beans. So now that we have the watering can, let's go over here. So funny enough, what the bugs kind of line the area that I want to do. Maybe do like a double path. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna use the spider to help. Play second. So this will be like the path. Will be like a double path that kind of comes over here. It's like double, and then it kind of curves here, and then comes this way. I think here it would only be like a single path. I don't think the double will actually do what it needs to do. But having like something that curves into the one would be kind of cool. If anything, if it needs more, if we need less room, then we'll just do it like that. But for now, I think that works. And so what I'm going to do is... Well, I'm going to do first. I should have done that. I realized I could have just pushed it. Okay, we got it beside it. Let's make it the same way. And we're just going to push it like one block forward. There we go. And then this can be where we start our plants. That one. Nope. Well, I guess that's where we're going to plant them. I forgot the planting goes where your feet are. And not where you think they should be. Plant. So I did a yellow and a red. That means right here I want to do a yellow. And then here I'll do the red. And I think I'll actually do like one more yellow and red. So I did the yellow, red. I can't remember what I... I didn't mean to do that. You can place them. There you go. I think I did the red and the yellow, so this would be yellow. And that would be red. I think probably have done this completely wrong now, but I almost want to create like a trail that looks like it's going to the museum. So if I did that, that'd be yellow. That would be red here. I think I've done this completely wrong. Oh well, we'll see when we get it, and then we can get the axe. We can just put them where they're supposed to go. Because I'll probably end up changing these anyway, I think. Because I may end up changing it to where they're like different flowers instead of just the same. I may add like, instead of a yellow cosmos, it'd be like a yellow rose or a red rose or something like that. So yeah, there we go. That might be another thing I work with like cheese on is the flowers. That's only because like there's certain things that you have to have like other islands for. And I do not, so. Oh, poor Tommy. He's like, I'm too tired for this. So we actually got some flower power. Woohoo. And flower tinder. We're so close to paying off our debt too. Let's see what we got. Castmaster. Go ahead, be shellfish. So maybe do seashells and weeds. And then we can maybe get the next stuff. As a greedy weeder, you have to have 200. Cast your line. Porting indoor furniture, which could be another thing I end up doing. Because I might be able to DIY the furniture. But let's work on some fishing. I was like, I think there's a fish like right here. Ah, dang it. It buzzed my hand and I was like, oh wait, that was wrong. I think that's enough. Yeah. Shake the fish, shake the fish. I think it's another sea bass. But I guess the more we sell to Nook's Cranny. Or to Timmy. I mean, we're getting points for this, so. So horse mackerel looks like. Yep. Which is fun. I don't need a horse mackerel, but I will take it anyway. And just any new fish we'll also put over near the museum. I almost hit the button then. Come on. You know you want to bite. Yay! Ooh! A zebra turkey fish. I definitely would need to put that near the museum. Oops. I ain't gonna be far enough for this little fish to really give a hoot. There we go. Now he'll give a hoot. Yay! Oh, we got a seahorse. See if there's any other fish we can grab. It looks like there's one there. Oh, you turd. Here. There. It's floating away from you. Because I don't think I have any fish over here. Yeah, I don't have a card, so... Oh no, it broke. I think I get points for it breaking, though. I do. Look at me. Look at me. Breaking my materials. And finally, I have enough to pay my debt back. And funny enough, I think it actually might be a good idea to end the stream here because I am getting a little bit sleepy. It's almost 2 a.m. here, but then it also means we can wait for the next day. Place the item here. There's our fish. Place this item. Look. I didn't mean to do that, but there we go. Now everybody's here waiting to be donated. I'm just gonna be like, here, take him. He's gonna like, give me a fossil. I'm gonna be like, here, take all these. Welcome, Heather. How can I help you? I want to sell. Of course, what are you offering? I'm offering this giant clam, the sand dollar, the bass, the mackerel. Make some money. Oh, 1,500. Sure. That works. And then we're going to turn here to Tom. Hello, hello. Got my moving piece. Very well, you owe me 5,000 miles. I'm ready to pay. 9 mile less. Your payment made in full. It's a happy day for both of us. Yes, yes, you're free and clear of debt, living on a thriving island. What could be better? Oh, that wasn't actually a rhetorical question. Let me be specific. How is the tent treating you? It's fine, I guess. You're doing fine on a formerly deserted island is actually quite good. Together we're reshaping this barren pristine paradise into a lovely community. He would be like the sales pitch that's like, oh, we must do this, this, and this, and of course, wait, I misspoken, it must be this. Like, he would totally do something like that. There's certain challenges to building a fabulous home in a remote location. Challenges that directly relate to cost. I'm sorry. With, of course, no interest. Financing extremely lax repayment. Anything's possible. Which we do want a home. That's actually like the big thing. We do want a home. Jam your miles for lots of things. There's one thing's for sure we're gonna be getting is then the what's it called? The uh tool wheel. I really need to get back because that's what I keep trying to press the other buttons to get the nook wheel. The him means taking out a loan of 98,000 bells. Yeah, let's do it. So I get to choose a roof. And I already know like what type of colors there are. And I'm thinking purple. Purple's my favorite color, so I'll always pick a purple. I'm always gonna automatic Nook mileage program upgrade. Just give me one moment. There you go. I've upgraded your program. Access to Nook Miles plus benefits, which I'm really wanting. I'm also trying to get to where we can open Happy Home. Because I think it'd be kind of fun, like maybe doing like we stream the island adventure and then maybe some YouTube episodes we'll do some like Happy Home designers. Because now I think I get paid for selling off moving fees. It gives me 500. And there's Tom stretching. Yeah. It's been about 2 hours, so I think it's a good idea now, instead of skipping a day forward and going from there. Oops, sorry, Sylvia. I have not found Louie. Let's hold on. Where the heck is Louie? Because I've ran into her like 3 or 4 times already. But Louie, I saw him once. He was fishing. Where the hell is he gone? Has he gone to bed? I mean, surely not. I mean, if she's awake, he was awake. This island ain't that big yet. He's not sitting. He might have gone to bed. Old dude really might have said, "See ya, I'm out. I'm going to bed." Let's see. Must be sleepy time. Yep. He did go to bed. But you cannot blame him. It's 2 in the morning. I can't blame him. But we're gonna take our time now to also go to bed. And then I'm gonna hit the button. There we go. So that was kind of our first little stream of Animal Crossing. This is kind of something I want to keep doing. And we'll get everything kind of situated, set up, and we'll start making our own sort of adventures. It'll be a lot of fun. I am excited to try and hunt for the villagers that we see on the screen, but also to try to make this island just a fun island of little tourist attraction areas and, you know, making a little town and stuff. I think it'll be a lot of fun to do all of that. So, I mean, with that being said, this will be added, now that I know how to get the Switch connected, this does allow me to do a lot more options, a lot more games to add. Both here on Twitch, both on streaming, which some of you are watching me on YouTube as well. So some streaming type games, but also some like recorded videos. So funny enough, I'm also gonna turn, oops. But funny enough, I'm trying to turn this so I can kind of do the talking. There we go. But fun thing to know about, on YouTube right now, we played the first chapter of Dark Deception, and as our spooky games, which I did survive. I died a lot, but if you ever want to like watch some Dark Deception, you can check also Heather the Sunflower Witch over on YouTube and watch those games too. It'll be a lot of fun. So check those out, and